What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! How you doing? Are you ready for this one? I've had a lot of people asking me questions, and I apologize, but we're going to start. I'm going to do my outlook on scan tools. I think that I'm going to keep it simplified because I'm not the foremost expert on scan tools, but I do know what works for me, and I think I have a pretty good grasp. Like, I'm not your average bear on snapping or scan tools. I'm going to go over what I use. First of all, we're going to talk a little bit about these scan tools today. So I'm going to literally give you my output. And this one's going to be the Matco. We're going to talk about the Matco Maximus 4.0. That's going to be this video. And then I'm going to talk about these other scan tools, but I wanted to kind of zip these into the video. But I'm going to give you guys an option for everybody out there from DIY. So this is going to give you a complete look at some of the basic scan tools that you can get away with and how much, and kind of give you some options. Now, there's a lot more out there. I could definitely go on for days because I've been researching and looking at scan tools. It seems like that's all I do now. This is one of the most important tools. The toolbox, the tools. Honestly, I can say before a ratchet, a wrench, before a pair of locking pliers, before anything, this is probably one of the most important tools that you could definitely have nowadays because it's almost an essential. In fact, and I don't know that you could actually fix most cars without this. I mean, you might be able to get close, maybe throw a few parts on it, but at the end of the day, you're going to definitely need a scan tool. So let's turn this around and check it out. Alright guys, so here's a look at some of the scan tools that I use, but we're going to be focusing on the Maximus 4.0. But I do have an Alltel and I have another launch. We'll kind of touch on this a little bit. We have an old Snap-on I use for OBD1, which I've kept around. That's actually the graphing one. If you guys don't know what that is. But we're here to talk about the Maximus 4.0. Kind of some of the things I like and some of the things I don't like. We're going to start off. This is a launch-based scan tool, so I'm pretty familiar with it because if a lot of you know, I use the X431 to do a lot of my stuff, and so I'm very familiar with the PIDs and how the layout goes and whatnot like that. But this is a little bit different than normal. This kit, let me just show you what's in the kit a little bit. You have a battery tester in here, and this comes with your Pico leads here. And if you notice right there, that is a Hanatech. And Hanatech, the scope module that's with this, which is the same thing they pretty much run with an Alltel. And they're pretty decent. Nothing to write. They're not Snap-on. I still think Pico is honestly the best. When it comes right down to it, you know, I have my other scope. I have my U-scope, which is definitely a little bit handy. This is definitely a good option. Now, you know, I mean, I'm kind of dealing with these, and then, you know, this has got a bigger Pico scope, but use the U-scope a lot. Rechargeable, really nice. But on this thing right here, we're going to go over what the things I do like. I do not like that this does not have a J-box with it. My Alltel, I have another Alltel too. Sorry, I should have mentioned that because we're going to add this in there too. Sometimes I just got this Alltel, so I kind of forget about it. So this is kind of a look at some of my diagnostic equipment right here, which is, well, almost on its way to 10 grand easily. And then back in the day, I think I spent $1,500 on the MT2500 graphing. I got $1,000 in the Alltel, $700 in that, $250 in that. I think that was $100. So yeah, we're probably close. This was well over $4 grand. But we're looking at over $10,000 in tools just for diagnostic stuff. But not to. The Alltel comes with it. The Alltel IM608 and the Maximus come with a J-box, which is what I kind of like with that, where the launch does not. That's one downfall about spending the money on a bigger launch, is you don't get those options. So let's get into more depth on this Maximus. Now, some positive things that I like about this Maximus is, if you notice, this screen is yellow or orange and whatnot. And if you look, this has color inversions on it. We'll go to this, and I've been playing around with this a little bit, and I will actually clip in here. But you see, this has color inversion, so you can actually change the colors from, if you're colorblind, which is really nice, because I do have a buddy of mine that's colorblind, and we actually discussed this, and he was super stoked about that, because when you're looking at wiring diagrams and whatnot, but we can change the colors to anything. We can go to, it's on orange, we can change that. It'll just reset, takes a second. Run Diagnostics. It'll come back on, and then boom. So I have a video where I was using this on the car to do some cooling fans on a G8. If you're on live stream, you see me. But let's look in the demo mode and just kind of go over this. And then we'll go, okay. Let's look at a Chevrolet. Kind of look at the PIDs on this and how it works. It seems a little lackluster. I got to tell you, I should start this up. Let's go ahead and kick this back out. I kind of jumped ahead of the gun. I want to talk about something. I noticed the big difference, and that's a standard launch deal there. I noticed the big difference between this scan tool, which just came on, this launch, and that one is the startup procedure. And I'll kind of show you the timing on that, what I talk about. So let's go ahead and kill both of these. I'm going to pause. All right, I'm going to start them right now. Put both the power buttons. Push both the power buttons. You're going to hold one and hold one. I'm going to show you the startup differences between these two. This one's a little laggy, the Maximus. And I noticed even when I was doing a scan, which on the demo mode, it's not going to show you that. But I was a little disappointed because when I use this one, it's pretty fast. I gotta say, the startup on it is a lot quicker, under a minute. On this one, it's pretty quick, and I definitely noticed that time is money, guys. And I get bored sitting here looking at this screen while it's starting up. Am I gonna make a liar out of me today? We'll see here. This one's always been pretty quick, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Nope. I made a liar on me today. Same speed. So, we're going to kick into that. We're still, yeah, they're about the same. So maybe it's just me being picky. But I wanted to show that. So let's go right back into the demo mode here. Okay. Let's go back in here, and we're just going to use the Chevrolet Diagnostics. See how it turned the position on. What's going on here? Why did it do that? Switch the ignition to on. Gives you the model, year, VIN code. I think on the other one, so now we got our topographical. And if you guys don't know what this is definitely huge for people that are wanting to find network here, because you have your CAN networks here. And we can tell how many modules we have in here. We can do a health report on this. We'll check and see, and if it doesn't have a module, it's obviously not going to show up on here. So, I think it shows right here, not scanned, not equipped right there. That's what you see over there, not equipped. Definitely, I like this with a lot of these scan tools. And the Altel has the same thing. I don't know, the Snap-on I haven't played with enough on the Zeus if it has a topographical or not, but I think it checks out. So, we see here we have 2 ECMs. It pulls up and has an oil pressure sensor performance, and we have some evaporator emissions. Just hit enter. Now we got our data stream. We have module information actuation test. So we're going to read the fault code. And then it gives you, we can go right to the data stream for this. Now, this is the one thing I didn't really like. It kind of asks you, but you can put in here in the comments. So you want to see the oil pressure. So we look at the oil pressure switcher, oil lever switch. Let's check that out. So now it tells us we're at oil pressure switch. Kind of nice. It pulls that on. It says oil level switch okay, but it's actually giving us pressure. So if our gauge isn't reading, then we know. And we can also go back here, and now we can go to code assist. The other thing I liked about it, which this hasn't on the deal, but it gives you code definition. Now these are just generalized, guys, and I'll tell you what, a lot of times these are not good things to follow, but top reported fixes, replaced oil pressure sender screen, replace oil pressure sending unit. Pretty basic, I get it. You know, some of you guys would probably say, but we have a Google search for it. Oil pressure switch, range performance, PO 531, meaning causes. I do like the Google search because it's kind of, you can pull up some codes. Let's see if there's anything on here. Anybody we know? I don't see anybody right off the bat, but we have a couple of deals here where we can kind of look at Google. I always like to check Google. Oh, screenshotted. Didn't mean to do that. You want to exit Google search. We have Maximus fix. I have not checked this out, I will be honest with you. This is my first time looking at this because, honestly, these are kind of gimmicky to me. So it gives us an oil pressure sensor. We got technical service bulletins. We got wiring diagrams. Let's look at the system. Engine. Let's see here. We should be under component. Oops. Let's just look at one. Let's just look at the. Let's look at the ABS. I'm not sure where they got this, and I haven't looked at this. So let's look under this, and we'll look under electrical distribution. Let's check out the wiring diagrams. Pretty basic, but it does have wiring diagrams, which is kind of cool. Not bad. I will say I do like that. Definitely pretty easy to use, big screen. One thing I don't like is, of course, with all data and Identifix and stuff like that, you can click on the wiring and it'll light it up so you can follow it all the way around. This is pretty in-depth review on this, guys. So, you know, we have technical service bulletins. We got a setting in cold ambient temperatures. And then we have setting after oil change or low oil pressure. So that's good to note. And, of course, back to data stream. Did we miss one? The code assist? Let's see what the code assist was. Oh, no, we checked that code assist out. So we did Google search. Freeze frame was not obviously relevant, but the data stream, it's got plenty of, we can look at a lot of stuff on here. Let's just select all for shits and giggles. So we'll look through the data stream. We can graph it out. Clicks on pretty easily. Min, max. We can customize it, but you can see it's moving. All in all, for the money, for a better, more in-depth scan tool, if you can get a good deal on these, the Maximus 4.0 is a really good scan tool. My only biggest downfall is I'd really like to see a J-Box with it versus the Smart Box, which I'm not too familiar. It does have a port in here that looks like you could hook up to it, maybe to do some programming. It is a wireless Bluetooth, basically. It does have this funky cable. No light on this. I will say the Bosch has that beat, and so does Snap-on maybe now. They think they put a light on them. But PIDs and the color screen, the ease of use, the case itself, I like the case, like how rugged it is. Pictures, obviously it takes pictures. It creates reports. We can actually have a report on this, which I like because that's a big thing now with customers. And this is definitely a professional level scan tool, but we can create a report on here, pre-repair. 1 code's found in 14 systems, 2 codes that gives you the code printout, and then we can go ahead and save it and share it. Definitely a good thing. So my overall thing is the system. We got a system list we can go on here if you don't like the topology. Sorry, I call it topographical, but it's actually a topology. I do like that. Let's see what compare results is. It's another report. Anyways, in my overall, like what Launch has done here. Like what Matco's doing. I know Matco's got really good customer service because I've talked to some of the guys. You know, you can print the session up here in the session. You want to exit, you sure. And they have this warning all the time. That's Launch's standard thing, that it beeps off on that. But you got your max scope. It obviously has a max battery. You can do vehicle voltage. We can check vehicle voltage right here. Engine start, 11.8. So, demo start. Pretty cool. Shows vehicle voltage right up here. I like the functions of it. I definitely like this color change. It has a wide variety. Definitely get all your selections. Easy to update. It's got a heavy duty to add to it. I don't think that I've really not gone over anything with this, but I really, really do like this scan tool. I like how rugged it's built and whatnot. Got your buttons on the side for volume. On this side, it plugs into the charger, DC in. It is just a regular plug-in. I don't remember what that's for. These are card slots or whatnot. All in all, lot of options here. CAN bus pin detector connecting to VCI. I don't know if this is going to do it or not. All in all, I think this is well worth the money for if you can get it for the right price. I think Matco lists this for like $7,000. I think that's a wee bit much because my scan tool for $700 will do. So that's not going to do that. My scan tool for $700 will do about 90% of what this, maybe 80%. So I think that's something to keep in mind when you're looking for it. No scan tool out there does everything complete, guys. That's all there is to it. And I didn't play with all of this, so I don't know what that max drive is. I really don't know what that is. But Vito voltage, max battery. Nice that it comes with a battery tester. You can add that on the heavy duty. Maintenance reset, max scope. Obviously the scope and the tool. It's going to be a great tool for any shop or any guy that's wanted to step up his game. I would say a fair price, $5,000. Let's just put it out there. For $5,000, probably not bad tool if they're going to service it. I don't know what your updates are with it, but anyways, that's my review of the Matco Maximus 4.0. Definitely pretty happy that my dealer showed this to me. Definitely going to be hopefully doing another video and letting you guys know more. So anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.